Hello there, this is Charlie Houin, Marshall County farmer and president of Marshall County Farm Bureau. And today we're going to talk about what we do here on the farm, what we grow in our particular operation, and some of the things that we do on our operation. Starting off, we're about an average size farm for Marshall County area. If you can imagine about 3,000 football fields all put together, that's about how much we farm. On those football fields, or in that area, we grow corn, soybeans, and wheat. Right now we got wheat growing really good. It looks great this year so far. We are preparing for planting corn and soybeans right now. We do have a specialized planter for soybeans and a specialized planter for corn. That's worked out very well with us in the past, and we'll continue doing that. We got that ready to go. We're getting our equipment ready. Final preparation time. We're about ready to hit the fields and get this crop in the ground. One of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on our farm is adapting to the new technologies out there. We do have tractors that drive themselves now. We have equipment that's pre-programmed and do a lot of the work in the fields. We have combines that roll in the fall of the year that communicate between themselves now, so we can combine yield information. We do a lot of data analysis and to help produce a crop that's environmentally friendly. We watch what we put on our fields. We try to be as safe as we can with the environment as we possibly can. We're experimenting with new technologies that are out there that will help prevent nitrogen loss. So we're excited about that this year. We got some really fantastic experiments that are going to be a big mover in the ag industry that we're really proud of. That's really going to reduce nitrogen costs, which will help with any type of pollution that's out there on farms. What we're doing today, I think, will be the wave of the future. So we're pretty proud of that. We're excited about it. We're in a national study to reduce nitrogen costs, so we're ready to roll with that project.
What do people use corn for?
Some of the products that we grow here is corn, and our corn products are sent to the ethanol plant in South Bend, Indiana. 90% of our corn goes to that plant, and that plant turns corn into the gasoline that goes into your cars. We are a big promoter of ethanol. We like our ethanol production in this area. That's where 90% of our corn goes to. The other 10% of our corn goes to feeding pigs in North Carolina. We'll take our corn, load it on a train at our local grain elevators, and they will ship that to North Carolina to turn it into hog production and use it in their hog production in North Carolina. Our soybeans that we grow here on the farm, all of them go to a biodiesel plant, which is a renewable energy that turns it into diesel fuel that goes into semis, school buses, other farm machinery, big tractors, anything with diesel engine. That's where our soybeans go to. Our wheat goes into Keebler crackers and Keebler cookies. We send that to a mill in northeast Indiana, where they in turn that into wheat flour, which is used in Keebler cookies. So I hope you enjoy your Keebler cookies. Some of them might come from our farm, so I hope you enjoy them.
So what do you use grain bins for?
Grain bins are used to store the grain after harvest. We'll put it into grain bins, and we store it to basically give the ethanol plant the ability to use it for later demand for the corn. Our grain bins are used to store corn and soybeans so that we can deliver them later on to the grain elevators so we can help feed pigs in North Carolina in July rather than right after harvest.
So is satellite technology or GPS part of the technology you utilize?
Satellite technology on our farm is vital for us. Every morning we wake up and we go, and the first thing I look at when I'm eating my Cheerios are my satellite imageries from the previous day. What those images tell me is the crop health that's out there in the field. So if there's a bad spot out in the field, we have the opportunity to go out there and correct those bad areas in the field while utilizing this satellite technology, because they're going to measure the amount of chlorophyll in the plants. For those that might not know, chlorophyll is how green the corn plant is or soybean plant is. And we can determine where those problem areas. It's kind of like if you get a sniffle, you don't feel good and your temperature increases. So you can tell that you're sick by your temperature. Well, the same thing happens with chlorophyll readings. If the corn doesn't feel good or the soybeans don't feel good, the chlorophyll readings are come back a little bit different from a healthier plant, and you can pick out those areas and address those areas so that you're able to increase your production and make a recovery for those areas and make them more productive.
So what kind of equipment do you utilize that has all this technology associated with it?
All the equipment that we have on our farm has some sort of technology, and we're able to measure it from pass to pass. Every time we make a pass across the field, we're recording that information, whether that's a plow, some sort of tillage equipment, or no-till, or a planter. The planters automatically change rates to adjust for different areas of the field that may not be as productive or is more productive. The fertilizer applications that we use vary from area to area in the field to optimize the soil conditions that are out there. When you farm, not every area of the field is going to be the same. It's going to change from area to area in the field. These are called soil types, or different types of soils in the ground. So some soils are more productive and you're able to produce more versus areas that are not as productive, and you really don't want to put too much fertilizer on. When it comes down to it, the variable soil types in your field, you want to optimize them, and you're going to optimize them by changing your fertility rates in the different areas to achieve your goals.
And what do you use to harvest the crops with?
When we go to harvest crops, we use combines. We use 2 combines to harvest our crops. We gather the crop in, it's separated out in these massive combines, and you separate out the corn stalks and leaves from the actual grain itself through a series of what we call sieves, or little shakers, and air.
So being a farmer, what gives you satisfaction in your chosen career?
When it comes down to it, we get a lot of satisfaction in what we see growing our crop, seeing the crop grow, being successful with our crops, but also working with our families on the farm. We are a family farm operation, so I have 2 boys that are going to come out, and they've helped me out quite a bit this week already. And they come out to the fields and they help out and they learn a lot. They enjoy learning. We have a lot of fun as a family out here on the farm. We like to teach our kids a lot about what's going on in our soils and in our environment, and through the 4-H program. If you don't have a chance to, if you have the ability to participate in the 4-H program, I highly suggest it. It's a lot of fun. You don't have to be an ag kid to be in the 4-H program to participate. There's lots of activities and lots of things to learn, from electric to gardening to sewing and cooking. There's a project for everybody in 4-H.